Hello Sagittarius, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy the reading. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, or like and share. And if you're returning to the channel, thank you for coming back. Welcome back. As you know, this is a general reading. I work with the 12 houses of the zodiac. So as the cards are appearing in each house, then those are the influences that are coming to bear at this time. So now, in the first house, we have Grand Cross Provoker. Your first house is everything to do with yourself, your physical body, your appearance, how you come across to other people. So what you're projecting outwards, and also what they are perceiving, how they see you. So that could be your physical appearance, but also your characteristics and your personality. This house is also about your own self-oriented interests. So everything to do with yourself, and your physical body, and also your personal independence, how you are making your way in the world, what you're busy with, what you're contemplating, what you're doing, how you project yourself outwards. So now with Grand Cross Provoker, a lot of energy, a lot of tension, a lot of possibly frustration going on as well. So this is a very tense bunch of aspects to be having, and it's all at very hard angles. So this is bringing down sort of tension and pressure. And this is pressure to grow, really. So it's also a great catalyst for movement and change. So possibly you have elements going on in your life which are old and familiar and need to change, or you feel you need to, you're being pushed by the universe to rearrange things and so on. But this can also be about taking stock of everything that's going on. So it's a realistic view of, how you want to be in the world, how you want to move forward, and all of that. It's also a realistic look at yourself, externally, and, how you're being perceived by others. You could also be juggling a lot of your talents or your abilities, or all the things that you are that make up your personality and who you are. So you may be juggling a lot of things at this time, trying to make progress on certain issues, and you've actually spread yourself too thin. You've got too many balls in the air. So the only way to deal with that is actually to prioritize what are the most important elements that you want to work on. You've got to focus on those, and you've got to be disciplined about them. You also need to communicate properly. Don't clam up and go inward and then not actually tell others what it is you're grappling with, and perhaps you can delegate a few things. But you're going to have to dig deep, really, for your strength to get through this phase and to move forward. Because it's going to set the tone for quite a few things going on in your chart as well. Then in the second house, we have earth element stability. Your second house is the house of income, your income, how it's coming into you. So your money coming into you. It's also the house of your self-worth, how you're feeling about that, past, present, and future. And then also your values, what you value, your value systems, what you value in yourself, what you value in others, and in your possessions, and in your world in general. It's also the house of possessions, ownership, owning of anything, whether it's a physical item, it could be a much bigger item. So it's small things, big things, whatever you own in your life, and your feelings around that as well. So now with the earth element stability coming in, this can be bringing instability for you, or it's asking you to reach for this now. So you may be needing to really find your inner strength and stand firm on certain things. That may be applicable for you. But it's also about taking responsibility for what is going on in this area of your life. So it's also about applying certain methods. So it's about being methodical, practical, organized. Those are very much earth sign traits. So you've got to bring that into this house. It's also about trust and patience. This is a slower moving, building energy. This is not a quick fix, fiery. This is slow moving, building. This is about structure, about putting things in place, planting seeds, and so on. This card can also bring in issues to do with property, real estate. Perhaps you're buying and selling land. or it's part of your profession, or you're just interested in some way, but it could be anything to do with that. But it's also about living close to the land. So you could be purchasing land with the view to eventually moving there and retiring one day, growing your own food, or having some kind of subsistence from there. It could be to do with that, or it could just be an investment, and then you're wanting to go off the grid. You know, it's that need, that want to do that. But it's also about spending time in nature and having a piece of nature for yourself. That could be coming in as well. You could also be going into business. This card can also bring in meetings with very influential people who are going to, you know, like-minded people who are going to assist you in some way, or they're going to be influential in your endeavors at this time. The other side of this card, which can come in, especially in this house when it comes to money and your self-worth and your values. This card could also be about getting rid of stubborn or fixed views that you may have on certain issues. So these are outdated, old-fashioned views almost, or things that you've kind of believed about yourself for a long period of time. And, you know, part of this taking a realistic view of yourself, which is in your first house, is assessing all of that and seeing whether those views and beliefs still serve you at this time. You may find that they actually don't. All these old, stubborn, fixed views about things which are holding you back in some way. So these are fears about change and trying new things. So it's a kind of a fear about moving forward, changing things up. You don't want to let go of something because something else may not work, and so on. So it's about that. So examine that as part of your self-review, which is coming up in your first house as well. Then in the third house, we have Pisces, I believe. So the third house is your house of communication, all forms, whether it's written, verbal, body language. It's also your the house of documents and contracts as well. It's also the house of short trips, local trips. This house is also associated with communication, obviously on a wider spectrum. It can be to the public, within your working environment, with other people you know, just anybody in general, but it can also be with specific people, and these are like family members, relatives, aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, and even neighbors can come in for this. So your environment, your local contacts, and you know, your early education also comes up with this, and your neighborhood. So with Pisces, I believe, this card is generally about connecting to the divine in some way. So you may be just needing to have a bit of faith and trust in certain things that are going down in this house. So speak faith and trust, to bring that back to you, to boomerang back to you. It could also be that you need to have a bit more compassion about what is going on around you as well. Perhaps there are specific people you're dealing with. But this card always brings in sensitivity, imagination, artistic abilities or endeavors, music, creative things that you want to do. So any of those aspects may very well be coming into this house. Perhaps you're using them for your communication sphere. Maybe it's part of your business, or something that you want to launch, or something you're involved in. But it's being very sensitive to energies, to people, so tuning into the universe, really, that's what it's about. But it's also harnessing the beautiful imaginative qualities and artistic qualities of this sign. It could also be that you may be having an idea from your past is coming back to you, but you'll have to be quick to harness it, because it can sink back into the depths just as quickly. So if a brilliant idea has come back to you from the past, then try and follow it up. This card can also be about, since this is very much a communication card, this can also be about setting boundaries. So you may need to do this in some way, whether it's with one of these family members or people in general, or in your contracts and your documents. Perhaps you're aiming for something, you've been given a new contract now. But this is about communicating your boundaries, being firm about your boundaries. So you may be being pulled under by other people, sort of sucked into their problems and complications. So therefore you need to put boundaries in on that. People taking advantage of your compassion and the softer side of your nature. It could also be that you're being gullible at this time. So something is a bit off and that you're being taken in by someone or some people. It could also be an indication of moving in the wrong crowd or joining the wrong crowd in some way. This card can also bring in things that are unclear, or even covert. So things that are just not, it's just not clear. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune pulls a veil over things. So you can't really get clarity. So all of these issues may be coming up for you in your third house. And if this is pertaining to documents and contracts and things, be very careful with that and make it clear what it is you want to say. Then in the fourth house, we have Sun Spirit, lovely card. Fourth house is your house of home, your physical home, the actual, structure itself, but also the atmosphere in the home, the people in your home. It's also very much about your relationship to your family, your roots, your foundation, your ethnic identity, your ancestry. For some people, this is vitally important. So this is could very well be an aspect for you. So with this coming in, the Sun Spirit card is a beautiful, happy card. It's a very positive card. It's a very confident card. But it's bringing in, for the fourth house, it's bringing in happiness, joy, popularity. I mean, you could be entertaining, having lots of people over in your house, or having lots of visitors, or just, a sort of a whirlwind of people coming in and out of your home. And you're at the center of attention. You're loving it. You're enjoying the whole situation, the social aspect of it. And it's entertaining and people coming and going. It's also having confidence and being charismatic. And being influential with the people that are in your home. So possibly, as I said, with visitors or people in and out of your home environment. You could also be having parties and events, or you're planning a party and an event in the warmer months. So Northern Hemisphere, that will be next year, and for Southern Hemisphere, that will be coming up shortly. So it's summer parties and events, things like that. Children could be involved. This is also about love and generosity. So bringing that into your home life, your home environment, or with your family, as I said. This could also be from a physical point of view in your home. It could also be that you're aiming or you're wanting to create a really grand home, something very posh and grand. That's exactly what it is. Or you want to create that environment in your home. Perhaps you're aiming for a new home where that is the case, or you're longing for that, or you want to bring elements of that into your actual home itself. It could also be new furnishing, so redecoration. All the warm, sunny colors come in with this. Perhaps you want to do that. Perhaps it's necessary at this time to do that into your home, to lift the energies in your home and really put your spirit into it. This card is also a yes card. So if you're buying and selling property, or you want you to move up in the world into a bigger property and all that, this is bringing the yes card in for you. Then in the fifth house, we have Black Moon Lilith Mystery. So the fifth house is your house of recreational activities, fun activities, outgoing activities, any kind of activity which is fun and recreational for you. There's a speculative aspect to this. So this could be gambling, like casino weekends, or playing the stock market, that does come in. But it's also the house of love affairs and, passion and romance and all that. And it's also the house of your creative side, or creative projects, or any kind of creative aspect of yourself that you are, projecting or busy with or developing. It's also the house of your children or other children that you are associated with at this time, and all aspects around children. So it could even be pregnancy and so on. So now, with this card coming in, this is kind of this card is about undercurrents going on. So things are not quite clear. You could be waiting for something to happen. Not all the facts are known, so there's no real clarity. And as I said, there could be undercurrents moving around, whether this is to do with your children, or it could be in a love affair, or just some other aspect. But it's also about getting your own darker emotions under control. So there's an element of control with this card, because this could bring in issues surrounding darker emotions, which are not getting a healthy outlet. So perhaps you need to do activities which channel this effectively. Or it could be that you're in a sporting activity, you're part of a sports club or sport activity of some kind, and you're seeing this in your environment, or you're experiencing it in yourself. But this card can bring in this card can bring in things, emotions to do with like jealousy, envy, anger, fear, guilt, revenge even comes in with this. So these are serious, dark emotions. It's also bitterness or feelings of being overlooked in some way. So it could be that you haven't been chosen for something, or your children haven't been chosen for something, or they're just not favored in a specific group activity. You know, you just don't know, but it can also be about the control of those emotions, in some way. It could be to do with a love affair even. So this card can also bring in, glamour, and seduction and obsessions of all kinds. Or obsessions around seduction and erotica and so on. So any one of those elements could be coming in for you at this time. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, so that other people can have access to this. It will circulate it across YouTube. And I hope you have a great month, and take care, and I will see you next time.